This is an update on this antique blueprint machine. The National Industrial Museum was down. They began disassembly. They took the pulley system off the top and removed the arc light. The arc light is in that bucket. We're going to look at that in a little bit. The piece in front of you that's leaning up against the machine, that's the guide for the arc light. And we've rotated the machine. You can see the motor drive and the lever, and then there's the glass tube that the arc light runs down through, and then the blueprint paper is exposed to the light through the original image that you're using. And you can also see there's a pair of old switches over here. I believe one controls the on-off of the light, and the other one controls the on-off of the actual motor that rotates the belts. So, and you can see the pulley system and the belts down below. The wire here is just the extension wire that goes up to the arc light. And there's a little wooden frame that everything sits on. There's actually a fuse for the entire system. So this is the arc light assembly. The arc light is drawn in this jar. The arc is drawn. I actually found a spare jar in the basement of this office that I've donated. I believe that this is the adjustment for the carbon rod that goes in to help draw the light. There are two connections for the positive and negative. Actually, I believe it's AC. I don't know that it rectifies it to DC. I don't see any reason why they would, but I don't know. The cable was attached to the top around this pulley and clamped. The wire is clamped onto here. And I'll roll this over. It's sitting on the guide in the back right now. That runs down the guide to keep it in alignment. And you can see the top. There's markings that they put on for the positive and the negative, or the two different lines. They mark the wires. So there's the top of the bucket. You can see it says Revolute Machine Company, New York. It does say for alternating current. So, and the wires were connected at the A and B on these wing nut connections. Like I said, the arc is drawn, and then that is raised or lowered through the glass tube, depending on the size of the print that you want, because you can print up to 44 inches based on what's shown on the plate, 44-inch width paper, but you would want the arc in the middle of that paper, wherever that is, and you can make prints as small as you want, as small as blueprint paper is. You just want to position that arc light for the maximum intensity to develop the blueprint paper. So I also learned when I found that other, I don't want globe, bulb, whatever you want to call it for the arc light, that was still in the original box, and I found out that this was called the Paragon Revolute Machine Company. I did find a few references to that name on the internet involving a drafting supply company, but beyond that I found no information, no paperwork, no history, anything else like that. So anyway, this is it. Again, a more modern blueprint machine. This is a large format copier. This is not a blueprint machine, but they would have a footprint like this. All the print machines that I've ever worked with since the 1980s, they're horizontal. They're not vertical. So this is a rare machine, and hopefully it's going to be on display in the National Museum of Industrial History in Bethlehem soon. Anyway, that's it. Bye.